The internet thought it had seen chaos before, but nothing could prepare anyone for the volcanic eruption that happened when Karlissa decided to detonate the Junior D&E drama live on camera. This wasn't a regular meltdown. This was the kind of live stream that makes the Kardashians look like retirees knitting sweaters in silence. 1 second she was talking calmly. The next second she was screaming like she just caught Chrisean stealing Blueface out of her purse. Viewers didn't even blink. They just grabbed popcorn, prayed for Wi-Fi, and sat there watching a digital Super Bowl of delusion thought the moment Karlissa snapped. The whole live turned into a cinematic disaster, the kind you can't stop watching even when your brain cells beg for mercy. Every shout, every accusation, every dramatic pause felt like a leaked government secret. People were joining the stream so fast the comment section looked like the purge sirens were going off. Chrisean's name kept flying through the chat like it was on the FBI's most wanted list. And the crazy part, the drama didn't just start. It detonated on command. This wasn't just a meltdown, this was spiritual warfare, reality TV, and an emotional car crash all mixed together. Karlissa was throwing verbal hands like she was auditioning for Zeus Network's Mother of the Year, Violent Edition. Meanwhile, viewers were screaming, "Save this live!" like historians documenting the fall of a dynasty. And with every word she spat, you could tell she was ready to air out secrets that would make celebrity liars pass out. The hook had only just begun, and already the room temperature dropped 10 degrees. By the time she shouted Chrisean's name for the 50th time, fans realized they weren't just watching an argument. They were witnessing a full-scale celebrity meltdown that would rewrite the chaos timeline forever. Notifications were flying, blogs were typing, and the internet was locked in like it had discovered Forbidden's treasure. Because once Karlissa snapped, there was no coming back. The live had officially gone LEFT, and the drama had only started warming up. Nobody understood how the Junior D&E drama managed to get resurrected for the 15th time. But leave it to Karlissa to dig it up, dust it off, and turn it into a full-blown digital earthquake. She started the live with that calm, "I'm not gonna say too much" voice, which every viewer knows is code for "I'm about to say everything and then some." The comments were already flying because whenever Karlissa opens Instagram, even Peace packs its bags and leaves the building. People knew she wasn't going live to talk about the weather. She came armed, emotional, and fully caffeinated for destruction. The tension started building the moment she mentioned JR's name with that dramatic pause like she was narrating a Netflix crime documentary. She started hinting that something wasn't adding up, and the live instantly transformed into an online courtroom with 20,000 unpaid lawyers ready to interpret every syllable. Viewers swore they felt the energy shift, like the kind of shift that happens when your toxic ex sends a "we need to talk" message. Everyone knew something messy was brewing behind that perfectly filtered face. And messy it was. Karlissa began talking about how she tried to stay respectful, which was the funniest sentence ever spoken on Instagram Lib. The woman has never stayed respectful a day in her life, especially when Chrisean's name is involved. She started rambling about family, loyalty, and what's in the dark always comes to light, which are the 3 universal phrases you hear right before someone publicly drags their enemy by the soul. The comments section erupted with stars, fire emojis, and people typing, "Oh, here we go," as soon as she said, "Let's talk about this DNA situation." The entire internet sat up straighter than students during a surprise exam. People felt their heartbeats sensing with the chaos. She started implying Chrisean wasn't being honest about JR's paternity, a claim she delivered with the seriousness of a judge issuing a life sentence. Her tone was sharp, her eyebrows were fighting gravity, and her hands were moving around like she was conducting an orchestra of pure toxicity. What made everything even worse was the way she kept circling the topic without fully saying it. Like she was teasing a scandal mixtape. She would stop, sigh deeply, take a sip of water, and stare dramatically at the phone like she was receiving visions. Every pause triggered people, making the tension thicker than Blueface's child support file. Some viewers begged her to spit it out. Others prayed Chrisean wasn't watching. But deep down, everyone knew she was, and that's where the real fun would begin. Then, finally, she snapped and said what the comment section had been begging for. If that's Blueface's baby, prove it. The eagle shook. Phones overheated. People forgot how to breathe. The chat exploded like someone dropped a bomb made of paternity tests and broken families. The more she talked, the more unhinged she became, pacing around, pointing at the screen, repeating the words "tell the truth" like a pastor rebuking demons. This wasn't a live stream anymore. This was a televised psychological breakdown. She began bringing up old fights, old claims, old screenshots like she had all the archives printed and laminated. She reminded everyone about the times she tried to help Chrisean, though the help she referred to usually included yelling, cursing, and accusing. Viewers couldn't even keep up with the whiplash. One second she was emotional, the next she was angry, the next she was whispering like she was exposing national security secrets. It was emotional gymnastics with no breaks. Somewhere in the middle of all that chaos, she dropped a bombshell. Someone had taken their OW and DNA test involving Junior, and the results weren't matching the narrative. The way she said it, slow and dragged out, sent viewers into a frenzy. People started tagging blogs, tagging Blueface, tagging Chrisean, tagging God, because this was no longer regular drama. This was generational trauma performing live on stage. The minute she hinted at discrepancies, the internet lost its collective mind. You could feel the electricity buzzing through the comments as people tried to decode every word like ancient hieroglyphics. Karlissa's voice cracked from yelling, but that only made her sound more dramatic, like a villain mid-monologue. The chat wasn't even English anymore. It turned into emojis. Screaming and pure chaos as everyone anxiously waited for the next revelation. Karlissa then claimed she had spoken to someone who knows the real truth, which every viewer recognized as Instagram. Anti-code for "I read a rumor," added my own spice. And now it's gospel. But in that moment, nobody questioned it. Not when Karlissa was pacing around like she was preparing a boxing match with the air. She kept talking about receipts, facts, and proof, all while refusing to show anything. Classic Karlissa theatrical chaos. And through all this madness, the entire live stream felt like it was leading to one volcanic eruption, Chrisean entering the chat. Because as Karlissa went harder, louder, and more dramatic, everyone knew it was only a matter of time before Chrisean saw the live, kicked down the digital door, and unleashed her own chaos. People were refreshing their screens just waiting for that blue checkmark to appear. The energy was building. The drama was rising. Something massive was about to crack. The moment screenshots of Karlissa's live started spreading, the entire internet turned into one gigantic group chat. People were screen recording, live tweeting, memeing, and tagging blogs faster than the FBI refreshes surveillance cameras. Before the live even ended, Twitter had already declared it the messiest mom moment of 2025. And honestly, they weren't wrong. This wasn't drama anymore. This was the Celebrity Hunger Games, and Karlissa was volunteering as tribute with no hesitation. She was dragging Chrisean with the strength of someone burning calories out of pure spite, just when viewers thought the chaos had reached its peak. Karlissa started name-dropping like she was pulling celebrity bingo cards out of thin air. She hinted that other people in the industry knew the real truth, and suddenly every fan began throwing random celebrity names into the chat like they were solving a murder mystery. Even people who weren't involved were getting dragged into the DNA tornado. It was giving unbothered celebs waking up to messy notifications they absolutely didn't ask for energy. And then the internet's worst nightmare and favorite pastime happened at the same time. Chrisean finally saw the live. Within minutes, her name popped into the chat, and the comment section combusted like someone poured gasoline on a forest fire. Viewers lost their minds. Half the chat screamed she's hurry, while the other half typed, "Oh, this about to get ugly." If the livestream had a smoke detector, it would have gone off. Karlissa noticed the influx of blue hearts and rock emojis and smirked like a villain sensing their rival's scent. What happened next was pure digital carnage. Chrisean didn't type anything at first. She just watched silently, which somehow made everything 10 times scarier. She was basically the silent final boss entering the battlefield while the background music gets darker. People were spamming the chat with speak up and she booed a snap. But she stayed quiet, letting Karlissa talk herself into deeper chaos. It was the online equivalent of loading ammo. Suddenly, Chrisean finally sent a message that instantly froze Karlissa mid-rant. Stop lying on my name. 4 words. 4 syllables. Pure destruction. The entire comment section exploded so violently even phones started lagging. You could practically hear the internet screaming. Karlissa instantly switched from yelling to smirking like she had been waiting for that exact moment. She started talking directly to Chrisean through the screen, pacing around like she was preparing to throw hands at a tripod. The tension skyrocketed so fast the livestream felt like a pay-per-view event. Chrisean sent another message, "Junior is fine. Mind your business," and viewers nearly fainted from the drama overdose. Fans started choosing sides like it was election season. One half was Team Karlissa, ready to believe any conspiracy involving DNA tests, secret labs, and mystery fathers. The other half was Team Chrisean, defending her like she was the president of paternity affairs. And somewhere, Blueface was probably watching with popcorn and terrible decision-making. Karlissa wasn't backing down. She started shouting about how a real mother does things the right way, which confused everyone because Karlissa's definition of the right way usually includes yelling, crying, blocking people, and blocking them, then yelling again. She began dramatically wiping her face like she was sweating from telling the truth, even though she was indoors and the only heat came from her own drama. Viewers were typing, "Girl, relax," but she was too far gone. Then came the plot twist that sent social media into cardiac arrest. Karlissa claimed she had talked to someone who had already taken a DNA test with Junior. She didn't say who. She didn't show proof. She didn't produce a lab report. She just dropped the bomb and let it sizzle. The way she paused afterward, staring into the phone like she was waiting for thunder to strike, made the moment even more ridiculous. Viewers screamed, "Post IT then," but of course she did and single quotes T. Meanwhile, the memes were going insane. Twitter had already created trending hashtags like hashtag DNAgate, hashtag JRFiles, and hashtag Karlissa vs everybody. People were posting edited pictures of Karlissa holding fake lab results, Chrisean in a detective outfit, and Blueface running from child support papers like an Olympic athlete. The internet has no mercy, and today it was operating at maximum disrespect. Every second was another joke, another meme, another chaotic observation. While the comment section descended into madness, Karlissa kept escalating like she was getting paid per decibel. She started reenacting conversations she claimed happened, imitating voices, pacing, pointing. Arguing with invisible people, she basically turned Instagram Live into a one-woman Broadway show titled Delusion, the musical, and the audience was loving it. Some were concerned, but most. They were entertained like never before. Chrisean, however, wasn't here for any theatrical nonsense. She sent a voice message into the live, one of those short, aggressive ones that sound like someone talking while power walking. Her tone was sharp enough to slice through steel. She said Karlissa needed to stop dragging Junior into grown-up mess, and you could feel how done she was with the entire situation. Fans scrambled to record it before Instagram deleted it for violating emotional stability guidelines. The minute that voice note played, Karlissa nearly combusted. She started shouting that Chrisean was afraid of the truth, pacing so aggressively her phone nearly fell off the counter. She claimed she wasn't attacking Junior but protecting him, which the viewers interpreted as starting a new war every time she gets bored. The contradictions were so wild the audience couldn't keep up. One moment she wanted peace. The next moment she wanted answers. Then she wanted respect. Then she wanted DNA results from random people. The live was now so chaotic that blogs were posting updates every 2 minutes like this was breaking international news. Titles were popping up. Karlissa meltdown reaches new levels, Chrisean responds with fire, DNA drama consumes IG, and Blueface silent but active in views. It was digital pandemonium. Even celebrities who had no business being involved were watching silently from their burner accounts like nosy neighbors peeking from behind the curtains. As the minutes passed, you could feel the tension turning into gasoline just waiting for a spark. Every sentence Karlissa said felt like she was preparing to drop another nuclear-level accusation. Chrisean kept firing back with short but powerful messages, and viewers were glued to their screens like this was season finale-level drama. The air was thick, the energy was insane, and everyone knew the next blow-up was coming. They just didn't know how big it would be. By the time Karlissa reached hour 2 of her meltdown, the live had turned into a digital disaster zone. People weren't watching anymore. They were setting it like historians analyzing ancient war footage. The energy shifted from shock to pure fascination, the kind you get when you're witnessing a train crash in slow motion and can't look away. Karlissa's voice was tired, but her drama battery was fully charged. She kept repeating, "Y'all don't understand," which is always the official anthem of someone who has absolutely lost the plot. Meanwhile, Chrisean had left the live, but her digital fingerprints were still everywhere. The comments kept quoting her messages like scriptures: "Mind your business, stop lying on my name, Junior is good." It didn't matter that she wasn't there anymore. The viewers could still feel her presence like a ghost haunting the comment section. Every time someone mentioned her name, the energy spiked again. People were begging her to come back, but deep down they knew she was done entertaining the chaos. For now. Then something unexpected happened. Karlissa started crying. Not the soft, delicate movie tear kind, no. This was the dramatic, loud, overwhelmed crying that looks like someone grieving the end of a reality show contract. Viewers didn't know whether to comfort her, laugh, or screen record it for memes. Her face got red, her voice cracked, and she took long pauses like she was waiting for dramatic piano music to play in the background. Even the trolls got quiet, which is rare online, but that silence only lasted 5 seconds, because just when people started to think this might turn wholesome, Karlissa switched lanes faster than a GTA character. One moment she was emotional, the next she wiped her face, took a deep breath, and snapped right back into attack mode. She said something like, "I'm done protecting people," which made viewers sit up because that line always means fresh drama is loading. She claimed she had kept secrets for too long, and suddenly everyone's phones were burning hot from notifications. Then came the nuclear moment. Karlissa suggested that if someone else had taken a DNA test with Junior, then maybe the whole story wasn't what we thought. She didn't provide names, but she didn't have to. The internet started throwing random theories like darts at a conspiracy board. People were accusing everyone from Blueface to old boyfriends to neighbors to imaginary relatives. The chaos was so out of control it looked like a psychic hotline gone wrong. And Karlissa, she loved every second of the mess she created. Outside the livestream bubble, celebrities began reacting. Not publicly, they're too smart for that, but through likes, cryptic emojis, and suspicious timing of online activity. Lil Duval tweeted a laughing emoji. Saucy Santana posted a video sipping tea. Even Shade Room intern probably called in backup for overtime. This was the type of drama that made Hollywood pause their beefs just to watch regular people self-destruct. And Twitter. Twitter was eating good, serving jokes and memes like a buffet. Blogs started posting timelines of the chaos like this was the OJ trial. Karlissa versus Chrisean. A complete breakdown, Junior DNA drama explained. What led to the meltdown? Suddenly everyone was an expert in genetics, family dynamics, and Instagram live psychology. You had people explaining DNA tests who probably failed high school biology. But confidence online is like seasoning. Everyone thinks they know how to use it, even when they don't. Back on the live, Karlissa began dragging Blueface into the equation even though he hadn't said a single word. She claimed he was too quiet and that quiet men know the truth. This sentence alone created a hurricane of speculation. Some fans swore Blueface was watching from a burner account, enjoying the chaos like a spectator at a street fight. Others believed he was ignoring all of it, somewhere out in the world making terrible decisions unrelated to paternity tests. Either way, he became the silent villain of the storyline. Then came the biggest twist of all. Karlissa announced she was ending the live. Viewers panicked like someone unplugged the TV in the middle of a championship game. People were begging, pleading, typing at light speed. "Don't go. Show the receipts. Uncut version, please." But she ended it anyway. One tap, darkness, silence, a dramatic cliffhanger more frustrating than every season finale combined. But the internet never sleeps. Within minutes, hundreds of clips from her meltdown spread across every platform. TikTok had edits. Twitter had memes. YouTube had breakdowns. Facebook antis had conspiracy theories. People were debating the drama like it was a national election. Half believed Karlissa, half defended Chrisean, and the other half didn't care who was right. They just wanted more content. As the dust settled, tiny updates kept popping up everywhere. Chrisean posted a cryptic story with the caption, "Yo weird." Blueface tweeted and deleted the word interesting. Karlissa shared a picture of herself looking unbothered, even though she had just cried enough tears to water a garden. The internet tried connecting dots that didn't exist, forming theories that would make detectives lose their jobs. And the funniest part, by the next morning, everyone was still talking about the meltdown. You couldn't scroll for 2 seconds without seeing something about Junior, DNA Karlissa, or Chrisean. It became the unofficial soap opera of the week. Fan pages were making timelines. Bloggers were analyzing facial expressions. People were doing voice impressions. It was historical levels of messy. One thing was clear. The aftermath wasn't just about drama, it was about the consequences. Karlissa's reputation as the Queen of Chaos was cemented in permanent ink. Chrisean looked stronger to her fans because she didn't crumble. Blueface somehow ended up looking guilty without saying a single word. And Junior. Poor baby Junior became the accidental star of a scandal he didn't sign up for. In the end, the meltdown didn't solve anything. No DNA results were actually shown. No receipts were revealed. No truth was confirmed. Just vibes, shouting, pain, and confusion. The holy trinity of Karlissa's live streams. But this chaos set the stage for something even more dramatic in the future, because this family never lets a scandal die peacefully. There will always be a sequel, a spin-off, a plot twist lurking around the corner. After all, if there's one thing everyone learned from this disaster, it's that anytime Karlissa touches Go Live, the internet better buckle up, hydrate, and clear their schedule. Because chaos isn't coming, it's already here. Screaming into the camera and demanding DNA results at 3 a.m. And there you have it. Another episode of celebrity chaos that somehow managed to make reality TV look calm and therapy approved. If you survived this meltdown without your phone overheating or your brain begging for a reset button, congratulations, you're officially stronger than Blueface's excuses and Karlissa's voice box. But don't get too comfortable, because in this universe, scandals pop up faster than Karlissa can say DNA test. And trust me, the next explosion is already warming up backstage. So before you run to the comments to choose sides like this is the celebrity civil war, make sure you smash that like button like it owes you child support. Because these stories don't read themselves and your thumbs need the workout. Drop your juiciest theories, wildest predictions, and most disrespectful memes in the comment section. I want to see chaos, conspiracy, and confusion flourishing like Karlissa's imagination on Instagram Live. Hit that subscribe button with the same energy Chrisean brings when she pulls up on a problem. Because you already know the drama never sleeps. Turn on notifications so tight they ring louder than Karlissa shouting at her phone at 2 a.m. You miss one upload and suddenly you're weeks behind on the celebrity soap opera nobody asked for, but everybody watches. More scandals are coming. More meltdowns are loading. More receipts, voice notes, and emotional breakdowns are floating around the internet just waiting to detonate. And when they do, Fame Flaws will be right here, serving the mess hotter than fresh tea spilled at a family reunion full of enemies. Stay messy, Stay nosy, stay tuned. This is Fame Flaws, where the scandals never sleep. And neither do we.